She went to apply for a maid job at a rich man's house for the first time, but her brand new dress tore open. To hide her exposed thighs, she claimed the weather was too hot, and wrapped her jacket around her waist. Just as she thought she'd made it past the lady at the house unnoticed, the wealthy husband came over and greeted her warmly with a handshake.
Louisa Clark.
Although Louisa's resume wasn't impressive, her quick thinking and modesty left a good impression. The lady of the house decided to hire her, but what she didn't know was, this was the most modest Louisa would ever dress. The lady wanted her to start immediately. The pay was excellent, but the job was to cheer up her paralyzed son.
It would be nice if he could think of you as a friend rather than a paid professional.
Louisa was thrilled, until the door opened. She froze.
Will, this is Louisa Clark.
I'm Lou.
Will let out a piercing scream. Louisa was truly frightened, but he stopped just as suddenly, then sharply pointed out that her dress was torn. Will's rudeness made Louisa feel extremely awkward. She realized he was pretending to be worse than he really was. Though she was uncomfortable, the salary was too tempting to give up. The next day, Will suddenly fell ill. Louisa assumed it was another prank, but when the nurse removed his shirt, Louisa noticed scars on his wrists. She was confused. Will had billions. Why would he want to die? Until one day, Louisa accidentally overheard an argument between Will's parents. She finally learned the truth. Will planned to go through assisted suicide in 6 months. His father supported the decision, but his mother strongly opposed it.
Supporting him, loving him.
He's my son!
Yes, he's my son too! It's his choice. This is what he wants. You know how much pain he's in.
He gave me 6 months. We can still persuade him.
And do you think the pretty waitress is going to do that?
At that moment, Louisa realized why her work contract was only for 6 months, because that was the time Will had left. She couldn't accept that she was hired just to help someone die. Yet each time she went home, she convinced herself to keep going. Her father was unemployed. Her mother had to care for her grandfather. Her sister got pregnant out of wedlock, but still wanted to go back to college. The weight of 5 people rested entirely on Louisa's shoulders. When Louisa told her sister she wanted to quit, her sister strongly objected. Struggling to afford tuition, she urged Louisa to hold on to this high-paying job. The school now had childcare. This was her one shot to change her life. For the sake of her sister and her baby, Louisa chose to stay. The next day, she ditched her formal outfit and returned to her true self. After the nurse handed over the shift, only she and Will were left in the huge villa. Sometimes, Will would shut himself away, blasting metal music to numb himself. Other times, he just stared blankly out the window, trying to do her job. Louisa approached him to make conversation, only to be mocked instantly.
Here's what I know about you, Miss Clark. My mother says you're chatty. Can we strike a deal whereby you are very unchatty around me?
She soon realized Will was extremely difficult to get along with. No wonder 4 caretakers had already quit before her. But being patient wasn't enough. Her job was to make him happy. So she leaned into her strengths, dressing up wildly every day. Sometimes like a chameleon, sometimes like a contestant on a fashion show. Will rolled his eyes at her outfit choices.
Sorry.
Louisa stumbled upon photos of the old Will, handsome, confident, a lover of extreme sports. But now, he was paralyzed. That drastic change made him hide behind sarcasm and bitterness. Working for Will had been far from easy, until one day, his ex-girlfriend suddenly showed up, and beside her stood Will's best friend, her new boyfriend. Neither of them felt an ounce of shame. They greeted Will with fake sympathy.
So, to what do I owe this pleasure?
I'm sorry it's been so long. I've been so busy. They've been really working me hard. I mean, weekends.
Yeah, the things are manic at the office, too.
This shattered Will.
You know, I tried for months. He just pushed me away, didn't want me here. You know, you can only help someone who actually wants to be helped.
When they left, he knocked over their photo with his wheelchair, his only outlet for pain. Seeing Will suffer, Louisa's heart ached. She told her boyfriend about it, but he wasn't surprised at all.
You can't blame her. Are you really saying that you'd stick around with me if I was paralysed from the neck down?
Of course I would.
Well, I don't want someone to stay with me out of pity.
Louisa glued the broken frame back together, but Will mocked her even harder, called her ugly, said she was worthless. But this time, Louisa snapped.
You don't have to be an arse. Your friends got the shitty treatment, fine, they deserved it. I'm just trying to do my job as best I can. So it would be really nice if you didn't try and make my life as miserable as you apparently make everyone else's.
And what if I said I didn't want you here?
I'm not employed by you. I'm employed by your mother. So unless she says she doesn't want me here anymore, I'm staying. Not because I care about you or particularly enjoy your company, but because I need the money.
Her courage earned his respect. From then on, Will no longer bullied her. Instead, he grew curious about this strange girl. He invited her to watch a movie. It sounded like an order, but it was actually a peace offering. While Louisa watched, Will secretly observed her reactions. That day marked a change. They began opening up to each other. No secrets, no pretense. Will turned out to be kind and charming. Louisa was fun and full of life. Will's mother noticed her son changing. Even the nurse hadn't seen him smile in ages. Winter came quickly. It snowed heavily outside. Will couldn't sweat like a normal person, so when he caught a cold, his fever wouldn't go down. Pneumonia hit hard. Louisa stayed up all night to care for him. On his computer, she saw the old Will. Handsome, rich, a daredevil in his prime. But life had cruelly changed all that. A car accident caused spinal damage. He was paralyzed from the neck down. He couldn't even control his bowel movements. Louisa finally understood. Then Will woke up and smiled at her. Seeing him doing better, Louisa got up to leave, but Will asked her to stay, just to talk. So Louisa, tone deaf as she was, sang a lullaby her father used to sing to her. She also recalled a gift from her mother when she was young.
Bumblebee, right?
Black and yellow stripes.
Oh, dear God.
I really liked having stripy legs.
That night, they talked endlessly. Will was moved by Louisa's optimism. Her smile soon became his. They were no longer caregiver and patient. They were close friends. Will asked about her quirky fashion sense. Louisa said she had once been accepted to Manchester University for fashion design, but she gave up her dream to support her family and pregnant sister. She worked at a cafe for 6 years. Even Will felt it was a shame.
You need to widen your horizons, Clark. You only get one life. It's actually your duty to live it as fully as possible.
That she never got to chase her dream. Louisa changed the subject, saying it was time for Will to shave. Encouraged by Louisa, Will let her shave off his scruffy beard. When she finished, Louisa stared at him, because Will was truly handsome.
You've got a funny look on your face. Please don't tell me you shaved off my eyebrows.
Only the one.
The gloom on his face had faded, but that day, Louisa accidentally overheard a conversation. Will's application for assisted suicide in Switzerland had already been approved. All her efforts these months felt meaningless. She was heartbroken and poured her feelings out to her sister. But her sister said,
"If this is what he really wants, then use the time he's got left. Make it special. A bucket list. Show him how good this time can be. Take him places. Make him laugh."
But Trine, what if that list could do more than that? What if it could make him change his mind?
If you want to know what happens next, follow me.